Hi, this is Paul from Democast Media, helping you make better training videos. So this is my first live stream. I'm figuring things out as I go along. But if this works and you see something at the end of this, what I'm doing is just going behind the scenes and showing you what how I'm actually going about a tutorial editing project within Camtasia 9. I'm following a very rough outline here. And these are the 4 steps that I'm going to demonstrate. And you won't see all of this tonight, but you'll get a taste of what I'm doing for my upcoming video for this weekend. And it's going to demonstrate how you reveal and make different elements disappear as if it was coming through an opening in live footage. So it's that's what the idea is for today. And if you have any questions and if you're following along, please leave your questions in the live chat. So here we go. So what you're looking at right now, this is footage that I've captured already. I've recorded this, and you'll see there that I'm doing the steps have been recorded already. So I'm going to be doing some zooming in, panning. I'm going to add some annotations to show you where to focus your eye, and I may even add some elements from the library to indicate the different steps that we're following here. And at the beginning here, I've created this to explain what I'm trying to achieve. That in this effect, you duplicate some footage, you crop, you place it up above, and you crop that, leave some space for the elements that you want. You animate that element. And if you've cropped it properly, it should look like it's popping out of an opening from within the live footage and then escaping out again. So that's a crux of it. So we'll go from the beginning here. And you won't hear any audio because I'll be narrating this afterwards. So let's just see what's happening here. So in this part of the tutorial, I'll just be explaining what's going on. Okay. All right, so in those steps right here, I'm identifying where I want the elements to, when I want them to pop up. And so I'm adding those little blue markers there to help me later down the track. So you put in those markers and then you add the elements there. So to make life a bit easier, I think from here, I'm going to zoom in. Let's zoom in from here, I'd say. Yeah. All right, so to zoom in, you go to Animations, and you pull in these handles in the direction where you want the zoom to go. So bring it to about there, and I can move that box around a bit. So that should be close enough. So you're looking at the timeline now. If you zoom in, I'm pressing Control and the mouse wheel. I can make that zoom go go slower, or it can go faster just by lengthening that keyframe. Okay, it's not too bad. I might lengthen that a little bit more. Yep, just a bit more. There, that'll do. Okay, so that's taking a little bit of time there, so I'm going to speed this up a bit. There. Okay, so just to speed this up so it moves along a bit faster, I'm going to make a split in the footage there. Press S, move along here till about there. Yep, just there. Okay, so I'll make another split. And here we're going to add some clip rate, or clip speed rather. Right click, go here. And you basically speed up this footage, and I'm going to drag at the bottom there, so where there's that blue clip speed ribbon, you click there and you can drag it in and it speeds it up. Press that little arrow again and just make it a little bit faster because don't want it to drag on too much. So let's see how it looks now. Okay. Just seeing if I'm sticking with that. Just zoom in a little bit more, see how far I can take this. There. So just bringing it in a bit faster now. So we're saying, like, so go down the timeline, add a marker. Yeah, so slow that down a tiny bit there. Okay, so that will do. So from here, I'll just show that I'm going to name that marker. So to do that, I'm going to scale to fit up here. So this, no, I'll take that back, Control Z. Okay, so instead of doing that, I'm going to go up here instead to scale and make that just 100. Bring that back to normal. Okay. So now here, by the time the arrow gets to that point, about there, I want the next, it's going to be like a jump cut. So I'm going to scale this in. So it's already zoomed in to where I want the next part to go. So it'll just be like a jump cut. It's okay, but it's still a bit fast actually, so I may have to try something else here. Yeah, so you can't really tell that it's sort of going in the corner. It's a bit too fast. So perhaps what I'll do, I'll go back to 100. There, so let's try this. I'm just seeing I might make that a little bit faster. No, sorry, a little bit slower. So it's extending it out a little bit. Just wanted to make sense that, yeah, you add a marker there and then you'll name it something else. Just lengthen this out a little bit more. There, so that's what I'll do. So I'll make a split there, and here is where I'll do like that jump cut effect. So see how this looks now. So you add your marker, go to the top and name it. And then repeat the process. So we'll do another jump cut around here. Press S. Make that to 100. No, I may go. I'll probably come back to this later and fix it up a bit. So I guess this is just the first pass. Scrolling out a bit. Okay, so what you do, you zoom in and you want to add some markers on the timeline. So yeah, I'm just talking this out now to see what I'll probably say and how long I should spend on this part here. So what you want to do is zoom in. No, you won't be zooming in when you. So first thing you want to do is to scrub along the timeline and identify where you want your media to go. So you put a marker and give it a name to help you when you insert the media. Repeat that, keep scrubbing along and repeat that process. Yeah, actually, so I might speed that up here a bit. So from here, keep scrubbing along the media and repeat that process until you've got all of the markers in place. Okay. Split that now and try that here. It's already got the clip speed there. Zoom out again. Okay, now I'll speed that up a little bit. Bring that to maybe there. See how that looks. Yeah, let's make that a little bit faster. Okay. Yeah, I might come back to that later, but so what I'm going to do, instead of speeding it up all the way through, I'm going to there, so we'll stop around there. Okay, there. All right, so I'm going to remove this section here and bring this over. So I want to add a transition from here where you get the point. You know you need to add some markers where you want your media to go. So instead of showing them all those steps, I'm going to cut straight to here, but add a transition so you know that some passage of time has passed between then and there. Okay, so I'm happy with that so far. I'll just save this as I go along. So this really is the first step, actually. I'll just go back to this. Add markers for the media entry points. Something to that effect. Okay. So next step, split the... Okay, then we split the duplicated footage. Actually, I might need to split and duplicate the footage. See what happens next. No, we add the media. So add the media to the timeline using markers as a guide. This will help me with talking points later, and when I might add like little what do you call it, as transitions between one step to the next, or one chunk of steps to the next. I might add, like, you know, split the footage, and then the next one might be add a behavior to the media, things like that. So I'm going to add an annotation just to show that the next step will be going to the media bin. So let's go here and place this above. Shrink it down so it's about the same size as that media button. I'm going to call it button there, tab. To about there. Okay, so I'll lengthen that out. So just as it touches it, add a transition. Okay, so I'm lengthened that a little bit more. I just, yeah, for whatever reason, I like it to stay there until the mouse is touching the button there. And do I like the white? I'm going to change the color of that white. Let's make it, let's try the green. It's not bad. Maybe a bit brighter. Yeah, I'm probably going for something more like that. Playing around with the colors here. I think that, yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's just a color as long as you can see it. Just make that a little bit wider, thicker, increase the thickness there. That's better. Go to the media bin, and then you want to start selecting, dragging. Okay, so here, so what I like to do is do another jump cut, make a split there, and scale this large enough so you can see what's happening. There, so I'm just moving into place. I might do a pan now, pan that down to the timeline. So, okay. I might need to change that. Let's undo. Okay, make that a bit sooner. There. Okay, so. It does go a bit fast there, so I'll scale that back up again. A bit further out. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's go with that. Okay, so now we'll pan, so you see the media being placed onto the timeline. So to do that, we'll go to Animations, and we're going to drag that box down there, and that's going to place keyframe. It's going to follow that instruction. So we'll follow that along down to here. I believe that's where it's going to end up. Okay, so let's try that, see how it works. Okay, it's a bit too soon. I'm going to move that along. I want it to follow the... Yeah, so just drag that back a little bit. There we go, that's better. Yeah, great. So you can see that by going at this angle that it's aligning with those markers. So those markers are there to make your life easier instead of guessing. Okay, so do the same thing. There. Let's go back. Let's pan back again. I may not pan back again. Let's drag that over a bit more. Yeah, I may not keep that one actually. It's just there. Okay, so I'm going to split the media there and just go back to normal scale there to 100. Excuse my wife there coughing in the background. We need to, what I'm trying to do is to get the footage back here, but I'm not trying to add, I don't want to add an animation there. Okay. Scale to fit. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna undo this here. See, there's things that I'm still learning, and I'm just figuring things out as I go along. So there, so here I want to scale to fit again. You know what that will do. I'm not gonna sweat on that too much. So you go to the media bin, add a media to the timeline, repeat the process till you get all of them in. So I'll do the same thing here, and I can always undo that. There, okay, so I'll split there, remove this piece of footage, and I'll do another transition here, fade one. Okay, so I'm just reordering the media here. Actually, so this is the part where this is where I actually use the markers to indicate when the media will pop out. So really what I should do, go to the media bin, place it on the timeline. It's not essential at that point that you have to the marker's fine. And that all of the you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of that one. Go here. Okay. Then that's when you organize the different footage. Anyway, this will be for another episode, but what you've seen at the moment in this live stream, and again, hopefully that this has actually worked, you've seen that I use a basic plan, which I update as I go along. If I have time, I may go to the lengths of writing out a proper script, which I read out, but it goes in line with the recording that I've already done. Or other times, if I'm really running out of time, I won't even use a script, but I might just have basic idea of what the steps are at the top. And once I've done all the editing and I press play, I go to voice narration, and then I just hit start voice recording, and I just start narrating, and it may take me a few goes. But the reason I do this, and this I guess is the ultimate point just to finish up on this, that the reason I do this, I go to the effort of doing all of this because I want the message and I want the steps to be as clear as possible to the viewer, especially if they're looking at a mobile. It's very difficult on a mobile to see where the cursor is going, and this is the bread and butter of the demonstration. You need to see the cursor very clearly. So I'm breaking this down and zooming in to the parts so you understand the thinking that's going behind all of these actions on the screen. Like, why am I placing those markers here? You know, what purpose do those things serve? Well, you see later here is that you use it to line up your media just where you want it. It's there to make your life easier, and that's why I like these simple animations, being able to zoom in, pan, add transitions so you move through a passage of time very clearly there, as you see, and little annotations so your eyes go where the next step is going to be. So anyway, that's it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and remember, I am here to help make your training videos as easy as possible to make. So if you're into making demonstration videos of any kind, or if you want to learn how to use Camtasia, or if you're looking to purchase screen capture software and you want advice and reviews on that, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date for the next video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.